What if I tell you that you can achieve the same results in half the amount of time, without any extra hard work, all while being fulfilled in the process? Sure, if you work hard, you can surpass all the lazy people, but you are lacking something. Something that separates you from all the other slaves working endlessly, and something that makes your work much more meaningful. Work smart, not hard. What does that even mean? How do you know if you're not just finding excuses to do less hard work? The basis for smart work is to be the most productive, to get the most results with the least amount of work. Think about when you were studying for an exam. If you are like most people, you probably reread your notes, thinking that you can soak up all the info just by looking at them. When you study like that, it might seem like hard work when an hour, 2 hours pass by, but in that 2 hours, half of it is wasted when your focus drifts away, thinking about your next meal, what fun things to do later, that pang yeah, walking past your table in the library. You complete your 2-hour study session satisfied with your hard work, just to fail 2 weeks later, while that student who sleeps in class gets a 4.0 GPA. You lost your focus, but even if you had the motivation, even if you had good sleep and diet, you will still find it hard to concentrate without one thing: flow state. Flow state is the moment when you are 100% immersed into your task, when you are only thinking about how to solve the problem in front of you, without any random thoughts popping up. When you're in the flow, your focus and efficiency automatically increases drastically. And the way to enter flow state is to have a balance between challenge and skill, difficulty and easiness. When the work you are doing contains things you mastered, it will provide you the motivation to keep going, and when there is challenge, it will provide you satisfaction when you actually solve the challenge, creating a loop of hard work and reward. What's interesting about this is that our brains unconsciously decide what's challenging and what we are skillful at. This internal compass is usually pretty accurate at deciding how useful and meaningful the work is, which is the whole basis of smart work: to do the most significant and important tasks for the most productivity. Therefore, it's safe to say that when we can enter the flow state, that's when we can actually work smart. That's why when we reread our notes, our brains think that we have already learned the info and there's too little challenge, so we can't find the energy to concentrate. So how can we change things up so that we can enter the flow? So using that revision example, I make something like flashcards, questions that I systematically ask myself daily to increase the challenge. The most important thing is that you can enter the flow so that your mind is fully capable of absorbing knowledge with the most efficiency and therefore working smart. So whenever you're trying to progress in any field, find ways to create a balance between challenge and difficulty. If something is too easy, try to increase the difficulty, which is usually a good step towards working smart, because that difficult task is something useful but you are putting away unconsciously. And the best part of this is, when you're in the flow state, you're in the happiest state possible because you have no external thoughts and you're in a constant state of pursuit. And this way of spending your time is much more meaningful than you working hard but not being present at all. When you work smart, you automatically work hard. Learn how to get into the flow state and you will be able to work purposefully and meaningfully to you. Joining us on this journey of self-improvement, our future is bright.